I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. This Independence Day weekend, kick your party off with a bang. DeWeather Center presents the first annual DeWeather Cares Charity Softball Classic presented by the National Racing Network. The Palmerton Boobies, DeWeather Center Bluecocks, Blue Mountain I-95ers, Pocono Front Platers, Schuylkill County Crackers, Reading Nurses, Catasauqua Blue Tits, and Beltsville Lake Monsters will take the field in Emerald. Find out more on Facebook at DeWeather Center. DeWeather Center, offensively accurate.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that McConey Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at McConey Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, McConey Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to McConeySetupShop.com and learn why McConey Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hampton, Georgia. Just about 3 hours ago and 3 miles to the east, the Masters wrapping up here in the state of Georgia. And tonight, the drivers of the High Slide Racing League Cup Series will make their debut here on the National Racing Network. And this one is going to be absolutely spectacular. You're not going to want to miss this one. Field gritting up and rolling out here, so let's get you the starting lineup real quick because they're going to make their way around and they'll actually get the one to go here and be coming around to take the green flag in just a moment. Christian Converse and Greg Holt going to make up row number 1. Row 2 will have Wendell Elliott and Nicholas Lockhart. Rob Pendleton and got to get the names up here for you. Michael Atkins Jr. in row number 3. Brooks Durden and Tom Shute in row number 4. Row 5, Caleb Clenard and Andy Briganti. We'll get the rest of the field here for you as they come around. 131 laps, the race distance here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Green flag's going to fly this time. We are underway here at Atlanta. Christian Converse going to lead the field down the back straightaway. He'll have Greg Holt all over his back bumper. There you see Christian Converse, your race leader. Side-by-side battle. Going to be the first one on the racetrack. Wendell Elliott, rookie in the series. Nicholas Lockard running in the second position. Lap number 2 already on the scoreboard. Pitch strategy is going to be absolutely imperative here. Oh, one car sliding down to the inside. Admin cautions in these races. Trouble for Andy Briganti. He had an issue early on. We'll get you the replay on that one here in just a moment. But first, let's give you the rundown on what we got going on here. Race length of 131 laps. Stage 1 will be at lap number 40. That will bring out a caution flag. Stage 2 is under green at lap 80. There's one backup car available. There are live admins here, and the teams do have 5 tire sets available. They're going to start with 1. They'll have 4 pit side. And let's give you the pit strategy here as the field starts to settle in just a little bit. 35 to 40 laps going to be the distance on the pit strategy for these guys. They only have 70% full fuel in this one. Oh, man, another big moment down to the inside. No contact made there. Like we mentioned, 4 sets of tires. There's going to be 1 backup car available, and the pit window will open here on lap number 17. So a couple of cars having trouble early. Andrew Schroeder did not start in this one. Andy Briganti is pit side. Show you what happened to Andy here. We'll pull you up the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Just loose off the corner and big contact into the inside retaining wall. That's going to send him pit side. So looking now at the front of the field, still Christian Converse. He's going to have Greg Holt all over his back bumper. The top 6 or so holding nose to tail and in station here. Run you back through the running order here as we'll get the timing and scoring pylon up on the screen. You'll get the top 20 on your screens there. Christian Converse still out front. Greg Holt, Wendell Elliott, Rob Pendleton, Brooks Durning, the top 5. Tom Shute, Michael Atkins, Caleb Clenard, Cody Henderson, and Nicholas Lockard, the top 10. Scott Williams, Anthony Probst, Jason Miz, Brian Rumpf, Derek Grigsby through 15th. 16th through 20th, Rick Spencer, Walt Allen Martin, Nathan Aldrich, Carter Casey, and Ashley Ellison Jr. 21 through 25, Art Greco, Taylor Toller, Peter Hodgson in 23rd, 24th, Michael Coulter, and Donnell Williams, 25th. Garrett Velzy, 26th, 27th currently is Jamie Gibbs. Frederick Durstock in 28th, 29th, Mark McCurdy. Brandon Richardson in 30th, 31st, Timothy Pendergast, and Andy Briganti is going to be the first car out of the race on this one. We mentioned tire management being pretty darn critical in this one. And that couldn't be more true. Calling the Galaxy Cup Series race here a little bit earlier in the season. Looks like pretty similar weather conditions for the 2 series, and the tires go from not very good to, well, they're really grippy for the first handful of laps, but they start to fall off in a huge hurry as we get through the run here. So hearing the drivers even talking about it pre-race in the Discord, it was all about backing the corners up, trying to save as much tire as you possibly can. Slide back through the field a little bit here. Let's pick a pretty good battle. Oh, a couple of cars having an issue. We'll see if that's going to bring out a caution flag. Not yet. We'll take a look here and see what happened here to Art Greco in turns 3 and 4. Oh, he got a whole lot of help there from the 20. Spins him around. That's going to knock him down to the inside, and he is in a world of trouble trying to get that machine back to pit road. That was Taylor Toller that got into him. And we will have our first caution flag of the race here on lap number 12. I would expect to see just about everybody amongst the leaders make their way down pit road here, and if only because we make reference to it in a lot of our broadcasts here. The tires are a fairly apt comparison to your favorite icy cold adult beverage. You take a beer, you get it warm. You put it in your fridge, you get it nice and cold. It's absolutely perfect. Bring it back out, get it warm again, and it starts to go off a little. Cool it back down. It's not as good as it was before, but it's doable. And you're going to continue that cycle as we're going to play the game of who's coming and who's not. Only a couple of cars making their way down the pit road. Rob Pendleton going to be the first of those cars. He makes his way down the pit road, and we'll start to the pit stop calculations here. Oh, a little bit of an overshoot there for the 10. He's going to be on his way out of the pit area. Pendleton makes his first stop, 6.68 seconds for Pendleton. 6:32 for Jason Miz. Rick Spencer Walt in at 5:37. 6:60 for Alan Martin. A lot of two-tire stops coming on here on lap number 12. It's just about early enough in the run where you can make that kind of strategy work. Anticipating the need for pit stops. 3 times throughout the course of the race, we would sort of expect them to split the first stage in half, if at all possible. So those left side tires are going to be pretty good here. Now Michael Atkins Jr. making his way down the pit road in the number 12. Going to give up a ton of track position here as we work lap number 14. Let's pick up your race leader, Christian Converse. Led from the drop of the green flag in that number 19 Z-Line machine, a Joe Gibbs real-world recreation. Let's get a couple of the comments up here. Alex Greenswig, promoter of the Wide Open Wednesday series here on iRacing, and Snydersville Raceway, the Orville Kart Club, checking in, saying hello. Thanks for joining us, brother. Holly Coulter saying good luck to all the drivers. Let's go MCI team. Thank you very much for tuning in, Holly. And as always, we'll do the shameless self-promotion here. During our live broadcast, if you're watching on Facebook, you can comment with stars to show your support of our hard work. We'll post your comment on screen if you leave a comment with it. Give you a shout out as well. You can also support us at patron.nationalracingnetwork.com. That'll take you directly over to our Patreon page. Starting at just a couple of bucks a month, you can support the hard work that we're doing here on the National Racing Network. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in on Twitch with us as well this evening. Our good buddy Robert Kreiser is checking in the comments, saying hello as well. What's going on, brother? So if they took the full tank of fuel here for the cars that stopped on lap number 12, they will get to lap number 51. That guarantees them that they'll get to the end of stage 1 without having to make a pit stop for fuel. Everybody else is in a very hit or miss kind of position here. Best lap time for the race leader is Christian Converse, 30.39 seconds, 30.49 for Greg Holt and Wendell Elliott running second and third. The whole top five in the 30-40s, 30.61 for Caleb Clenard running in the sixth position as the field's doubled up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. What do you think here? I've done a bunch of talking already here. We'll give you guys a chance to turn it up here and crank it up as we get ready to restart. Oh, well, looks like we're going to go one more lap under the caution flag here. They did put the lights back on the iRacing pace car, so let us know who your pick to win is here. Who's going to get the points in stage one? 10 points back to 1, so mirroring the NASCAR point system here in the High Slide Cup Series. This will be a regular Sunday night gig throughout the good chunk of the rest of the season here anyway. So field's going to make their way off of turn number 4. We're going back underway. Now you can go ahead and crank it up. Couple of cars having some issues. Big contact down the back straightaway. We're going to have a whole shuffling the field here. One car upside down. That's going to be the 05 of Alan Martin. Caution flag will fly. Big trouble down the back straightaway. We'll get the replay queued up for you here and show you what happened. On the Hot Shoe Raceway Instant Replay, couple of cars making contact. Big trouble down the backstretch. That is not what any of these drivers that may have had the let's head to the back and keep it clean strategy wanted to see. So caution flag number 2 will fly on the racetrack. Here on lap number 17, and we're going to play the game again of who's coming down pit road. The 37 of Tom Schuett will be the first of the takers. Rick Spencer Walt, Taylor Toller, Jason Miz also on the pit road, as is Peter Hodgson and Michael Coulter. So we'll see if it's going to be more two-tire stops. And the other thing is here is that they do have left side tires that they can put on. Now, the 37 is up on the right-hand side. We'll see. Yep, Crew's going to go all the way around, left sides in the air. 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles, 2 cans Sunoco Racing Fuel. He's going to be down and away. 15.28 seconds. Michael Coulter on his way out 5.85 seconds. 2-tire change for that team. Jason Miz, Taylor Toller, Rick Spencer, Walt, also Brandon Richardson coming off the pit road. Rick Spencer, Walt, and Peter Hodgson, 33-second pit stops for each of those cars. Basically kind of guaranteeing there's some pretty significant damage repairs going on there. If you like the content and what we're doing here, make sure you give everything a like and a share. Check us out on Facebook at National Racing Network, also on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch, all at National Racing Network. Don't put any spaces in there. And you can also tweet us at the NRN TV. So working lap number 21, just past the halfway point here in stage number 1. Run you through the top 20. Christian Converse, Greg Holt, Wendell Elliott, Brooks Dirt, and Caleb Clenard. Your top 5, Cody Henderson, Scott Williams, Anthony Props, Brian Rumpf, Derek Grigsby, the top 10. Ashley Ellison Jr., Nathan Aldrich, Garrett Velzy, Danelle Williams, Rob Pendleton back through 15th, and that top 20 will finish with Timothy Pendergast, Art Greco, Carter Casey, Nicholas Lockard, and Michael Atkins Jr. Some hard chargers on the race so far. Let's give him a little bit of love. The 710 of Cody Henderson. That car up 13 spots from the drop of the green flag. Sliding back a little bit further. The 69 Krispy Kreme Donuts entry of Ashley Ellison Jr. up 12 from the race start. Your hard charger of the race so far, however, belongs to the 48 of Garrett Velzy. He is up 17 positions from the drop of the green flag. That black and blue Mountain Dew machine. Also, we'll slide just a little bit further back. We got the PS5 Monster Energy he's the number 1 on the racetrack. He'll be the 91 in timing and scoring. That's Carter Casey, another of the series rookies. Wendell Elliott, one of the rookies here in the series, is currently running in the 3rd position. Cody Henderson going to be 4th. Field will get doubled up. We'll slide forward to the front of the field, pick up Christian Converse and Greg Holt, who will lead the field back to green flag racing here, and they'll put lap number 23 on the scoreboard. Six laps under this caution flag. Green flag's back out. We are underway once again here at Atlanta, and what a start it is for Christian Converse. He will pretty easily be your race leader into turn number 1. Holt, Elliott, Clenard, Durting, all going to be right there. This is going to be a good battle for the 2nd position as they make their way off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Elliott able to hold on, but not by much over Clenard. Clenard gets right to the back bumper. They're both going to slide down in front of Brooks Durting, take the air off the front of that machine. He slides up the racetrack just a little bit. It'll be interesting here to see if the field gets single-filed out here and just kind of starts to get some laps logged. Back in the pack, seeing some pretty good racing here. Garrett Velsey making a look to the inside of Rob Pendleton off of turn number 2. He's going to lose a little bit of space there. Slide back even further, and we've got a hornet's nest developing off of turn number 4. This is going to start with a 72 right at the front of the pack there. That's Art Greco. Nicholas Lockard, Timothy Pendergast going to battle. Pendergast looks to the inside of the 10 of Lockard. Not going to be close enough to complete the pass. Just a little bit further back, Michael Atkins and Jeremy Gibbs going to do battle as well. Big shove from the 37. That's actually Michael Atkins on Tom Schuett. Let's head a little bit further forward. I can speak, I promise. Anthony Props, Scott Williams, Brian Rumpf, Derek Grigsby. They'll battle down the back straightaway. Grigsby and Rumpf going to be side by side into turn number 3, working lap number 27. Just ahead of this, also the fight between Scott Williams and Anthony Props. This is the battle for the 7th position, side by side down the back straightaway. Just ahead of him, that 710 of Cody Henderson, the Nebraska Cornhuskers machine. Slide back just a little bit. We'll pick up Ashley Ellison Jr. He's going to have Rob Pendleton side by side. Pendleton in the 31 to the inside. Ellison, that green and white 69 to the outside of your screen. Ooh, a little bit of contact there with the outside wall. That was, I believe, Jeremy Gibbs in the 16. Tom Schuett, he's the 99 on your timing and scoring screens, the 37 on the racetrack. Little bit of a wiggle there out of the 14 machine. That's Nathan Aldrich. He's going to fall back into the clutches of this battle. Aldrich absolutely has a handful. Working lap number 31. Let's slide forward to the front of the field here. Pick up race leader Christian Converse. Still running a mid-31 second lap time here, so about a second and a third off of what his quick lap of the race is. Some of that's going to be tire degradation. Some of it may be a little bit of fuel saving, trying to get to the end of stage number 1. Everybody amongst the top 5, top 10 cars even. Spaced pretty cleanly out from each other, so we'll slide back in the pack, pick up Tyler Toller in the number 20. He's going to have the 16 of Jeremy Gibbs. Well, now to his outside, that was a huge run into the corner by Toller. That's the big thing, is if you were able to save tires, you're going to pass a ton of cars at the end of the run. And if everybody makes it to the end of the stage, it's a great way to pick up a bunch of positions. As Toller's now going to look to the outside of Nathan Aldrich. He'll get that pass completed easily as Aldrich continues to fall back through the field. Just ahead of them, the 65 of Brian Rumpf, the blue machine, to the outside, to the inside, the 98 of Anthony Probst. That battle settles down just a hair anyway. Just behind him, the 42 with Derek Grigsby as well. Grigsby almost makes some contact with Tom Schuett. Thought about trying to close the line off and slam the door on corner entry. The problem was half of Schuett was already there. Grigsby fighting back on the outside. They'll continue this battle. Eye on the timing and scoring monitor, looking to see if anybody's going to make the big dive down onto pit road. We are at lap 35. This is right about the point in the race where the drivers are going to start to become very concerned about their fuel mileage. Want to make sure you keep your eye on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. Thank all those sponsors that helped make tonight's broadcast possible, including BST, Brother and Sister Trucking. Oh, caution is out. Trouble on the racetrack. Saw the smoke just ahead of these drivers. Take a look and see what happened here to Brandon Richardson on the Hot Shoe Racewear Instant Replay. Richardson in the 54, bounces it off the outside. Retaining wall collects the 10, and Nicholas Lockhart. Tough break for those drivers is the 54 caliber collision entry. Pretty paint job. Not a very pretty result so far for the 54 of Brandon Richardson. They will both be on pit road, and here at lap number 37, this should be the end of the stage, because they will complete up to lap 40 under the caution flag here. So we work our third alarm technology security systems caution flag of the race. And everybody going to be making their way down pit road this time. I would be, quite frankly, shocked if we have nobody that comes down the pit road. And this is basically going to reset the margins here, with the exception, and this is the big caveat to that, it does not change the fact that some of these cars are already on their second set of Goodyear Racing Eagles. Everybody on pit road this time going to be taking 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles, 2 cans Sunoco fuel. Good stop there out of the 20 of Taylor Toller. I believe that was a 2-tire stop for Toller, because that car was only on pit lane for 7.1 seconds. Christian Converse going to win the race off of pit road over Greg Holt. Toller, Brooks Dirting, and Cody Henderson. Your top 5 as they'll make their way back onto the race course. There is Holt, Toller just behind him. Brooks Dirting in the number 8. It'll be a custom number 31 paint scheme. And then that 710 of Cody Henderson. Your hard charger for the race so far is that number 20 of Taylor Toller. Up 21 positions to run third, and an absolutely gutsy call to take 2 tires. Track position is important here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, but I don't think it's quite that important. Because now from here on out, there are no built-in brakes. The lap 40 stage brake did have a caution flag that was going to occur with it. The lap 80 stage, end of stage number 2, I can't call it a brake, because that will be scored under green. If the field is green at lap number 80, they stay green until the caution flag organically flies on the racetrack. So here we have race leader Christian Converse Greg Holt also at the front of the field. Those two have run 1-2 since the drop of the green flag, and quite frankly, Holt has not been very quick on the trigger here and letting Converse to get out to a fairly sizable lead. Holt in that number 3 Performance Sim Sport entry to the outside. Lights are out on the iRacing safety car, and we'll come around for the Rays Import green flag. Here this next time by the start-finish line, lap number 40 will be the conclusion of our third caution flag of the race. Couple of good battles starting to develop back in the pack. Oh, man, what a big wiggle out of that machine. That's Caleb Clenard. He gets it up into the outside retaining wall. There's the 20 of Taylor Toller. Second highest running rookie. Actually, third highest, excuse me. Cody Henderson, Wendell Elliott. Both rookies to the series. Oh, man, and Toller just has an absolute handful with those skunked left side tires. We'll pick up Wendell Elliott and Cody Henderson battling for the 4th and 5th position. Lap number 43 on the scoreboard. That set of fisticuffs starting to settle down just a little bit. Let's get the 00 with Scott Williams. He's going to have Rob Pendleton on his bumper. Again, another Performance Sim Sport entry. Looks inside of the 710 of Cody Henderson off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Henderson going to take a look to the outside of Wendell Elliott off the corner. Atlanta Motor Speedway is such a fun place to call a race at because you have at least 2 grooves that'll work. When it gets into crunch time later on, there will be 3 grooves that these drivers will attempt to run. The absolute high lane will come in desperation later on in this one as well. Elliott and Henderson still going to continue this side-by-side battle. You can carry a little bit more speed off the top side, which Henderson uses to clear Elliott off of 2 and down the backstretch. But you may do it at a little bit of a tire detriment. Slide back here just a little bit further. The 12 of Michael Atkins, the 31 of Rick Spencer Walt. They were just side by side through turns 3 and 4. Let's go back even further. This one's, oh, it's going to be a mess. They're starting to go around behind them. What a fantastic save there. That's the 65 of Brian Rumpf. Oh, but now they're going to wad him up off of turn number 2, and that'll bring out the caution flag. Tyler Toller in the 20. Having an issue. That one you sort of had a hunch it may have been coming because Toller had absolute junk for rear tires. Keep your eye on that number 20 machine. That was actually a lap before the incident here. Let's pick it up here. Off of turn 2, Toller goes around and slides right back up in front of the oncoming field. Tries to get the machine squared away, but unfortunately makes contact with the 65 of Brian Rumpf. Toller is able to continue. Jason Miz going to make his way down the pit road. See Caleb Clenard, Jeremy Gibbs, Mark McCurdy, and Taylor Toller all on the pit road. Let's take a look here because we had a pass for the lead right before the caution. A little bit of right side romance from Greg Holt going into turn number 1. Slides up in front of Christian Converse, grabs the race lead. Converse trying to fight back on the outside. But this is right about where the caution flag came out. So Greg Holt will be your race leader when we get back to green flag racing. Now working lap number 49. This is the 4th Alarm Technology Security Systems caution flag of the race. Nobody inside the top 23 has made a pit stop yet. Some cars electing to come down here and stop on lap number 48. The cars that have stopped now are absolutely good to make the end of the stage. Their fuel window should expire in and around lap number 87. The cars that did not stop can safely make it to lap 86. Still not in a window yet where anybody can make it on one more stop. Lap 76 only puts you to lap 115, maybe lap 120. And this race is scheduled for 131 laps. Do have to leave a little bit of wiggle room for the green-white checkered finish attempts. Looks like the lights are out on the iRacing safety car. So we will go back to green here on lap number 51. So let us check in the comments here. Let us know where you're watching from. Hopefully you're enjoying the show here tonight. The comments awfully quiet this evening. We can get them up on the air. Who's your pick? Is it going to be Greg Holt or Christian Converse? They've been the class of the field so far tonight, opening up pretty significant leads here. And this is really going to be the first restart where Greg Holt is going to be in control of things. Seeing the 19 of Christian Converse lagging back just a little bit. We will not go back green flag racing. Lights are back on the iRacing safety car. So it'll be at least lap 52 before we go back to green. A little bit of trouble there for third place running. I believe that was Brooks Dirting. Kind of forcing everybody to check in. Holly Coulter checking in from Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you very much for joining us, ma'am. We appreciate you hanging out with us here. Alex Greenswig saying he's watching in Lehighton, Pennsylvania, and the one that doesn't wreck. That may be the answer by the time we get to the end of this thing. Still 28 cars on the lead lap. 29th place, Frederick Durstock being scored one lap down. Jason Miz, Brandon Richardson off the racetrack. Andy Briganti is back in the race, running in the 32nd position, but he is 11 laps in arrears. Field starting to bunch up pretty tightly here as Holt brings the field down pretty slowly, opening up a little bit of gap to himself and the pace car. Green flags back out. We're underway. It's a great restart for Holt. He's going to set the pace. Might have been a little bit of tire spin for the 19 of Christian Converse because Brooks Dirting's going to get around him on the inside. And here comes Wendell Elliott up to the third position. Down the back straightaway and right into your living room comes Greg Holt, Brooks Dirting, Wendell Elliott, Christian Converse, and the rest of the stars of the High Slide Racing Series. Holt going to hold on to the lead, but here comes Dirting looking to the outside. He's going to have drafting help from Christian Converse into one. It's a four-car battle for the race lead. Holt slides up the racetrack just a little bit, starting to develop a push there in the three. You can see him have to grab a big fistful of wheel. Dirting able to grab the race lead on the outside, and he'll be clear to choose his line off at turn 4. Converse now going to look to the outside of Holt as well. Wendell Elliott thinking about going inside. I don't know that you want to go 3 wide around this place just yet. Holt gets it right down to the white line. Big contact into the outside retaining wall. Holt goes around. They're going to wad up the whole field down the back straightaway. Drivers meeting backstretch. You saw that one start to develop in a very big way. And we have a lot of very junked up competitive race cars here. Let's take a look at the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replays. Derek Grigsby's actually going to come in sort of on the tail end of this. The wreck's already happening. I couldn't begin to tell you how many wrecked race cars are piled up on the backstretch. Little bit of ARCA brakes going on as well. Let's take a look here. Try to get the view from Greg Holt's position here. Man, what an absolute mess that one turned out to be. And we have a new race leader in Brooks Dirting. Christian Converse up there at the front of the field as well. The big one happens here on lap 56. So let's show you who's on and off the pit lane here. Nicholas Lockhart is on pit lane. Tom Schuett, Greg Holt, Rob Pendleton, Caleb Clenard, Scott Williams, Alan Martin. Also Art Greco, Nathan Aldrich, Taylor Toller, Derek Grigsby, Michael Atkins, Jason Miz. couple of those cars have been on pit lane for quite a while here. Everybody at the front of the field is absolutely going to the backup cars. This is where if you forgot to uncheck use your fast repair when you made your first pit stop, you're absolutely kicking yourself. Because now you're out of fast repairs and involved in the big one. Little bit surprised to see none of the leaders coming down pit road here. But we need to give you a full field reset now. Brooks Durning, Wendell Elliott, Michael Coulter Jr., Carter Casey, Ashley Ellison, your top 5. 6 through 10, Mark McCurdy, Jeremy Gibbs, Cody Henderson, Timothy Pendergrass, and Donnell Williams. 11th, Anthony Probst. 12th, Tom Schuett. 13th, Rick Spencer Walt. Rob Pendleton, 14th. Greg Holt, 15th. Alan Martin, 16th. 17th, Scott Williams, and 18th, Art Greco. Into the cars that are one lap down, Frederick Durstock and Nicholas Lockard still on pit road in various states of pit attentiveness anyway. Garrett Velzy, Christian Converse, Brian Rumpf, and Peter Hodgson all back on the racetrack being scored at one lap down. And pit side with the clocks still running here, Caleb Clenard, Nathan Aldrich, Taylor Toller, Derek Grigsby. All of those cars involved in the big one here on lap number 56. That was an absolute mess, that's for sure. So if we take a look here, the cars that came in under this caution flag, lap 56, they can now make it to lap number 95. And how about this one, race fans? For fans of guys like Greg Holt, let's get you a look at the number 3 here as they get doubled up. The cars that stopped here on lap 56 will make it to at least lap 95. A pit stop on lap 95 gets you to at least 134. You can make it from here on one more pit stop. So this is now just a matter of absolute patience for guys like Greg Holt that were running at the front of the field. Some drivers will not have that option. Green flag goes back in the air on lap number 60. We're underway once again here in Atlanta. Fresh faces at the front of the field. Durning and Elliott gonna lead the charge off at turn number 2. Look to the inside by the 710 of Cody Henderson down the back straightaway, but we're going to stay right here at the front because Elliott's all over the back bumper of Durning, and Coulter's even closer to the 4 of Elliott. Off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. This is a good side-by-side battle forming between Carter Casey and Michael Coulter Jr. We'll take a look back through the field just a little bit here. Greg Holt has not gained much in the way of positions here since the restart. Still running in the 16th position. Jeremy Gibbs and Art Greco back onto the pit road. A little bit of a move there. High side out of the 1 of Coulter. Several cars going to come around him down the backstretch, including Henderson, Ellison, and McCurdy. Lap number 65 on the scoreboard, and the racing pretty good here throughout the field. In fact, we'll slide just a little bit further forward. Pick up the 69 of Ashley Ellison Jr. He's got Mark McCurdy to his inside. Ellison going to be able to hold on to the spot. Rob Pendleton coming along for the ride to the outside. He'll clear the 23 machine easily. Oh, and they're 3 wide, just a little bit further back in the pack. That's how you get things a little spicy here in Hotlanta. That's the 37 of Shutt to the inside. The 82 of Donnell Williams running along the outside safer barrier. They settle things down, but the action's just as good right behind them. As we say that, they're going to go back 2 wide as well. 13 laps remaining now here in stage number 2 for the High Slide Racing Cup Series. Let's pick things back up at the front of the field. This is Brooks Durding and Carter Casey. They're going to battle for the race lead. Durding running that high line. Casey able to make things stick on the inside. Not quite close enough for Casey to attempt to pass off a 4. Rob Pendleton now running in the 3rd position. Just back behind this first place trio. Be a side-by-side battle between Scott Williams and Wendell Elliott. Oh, leaders are wrecking off of 2. Big hit down the back straightaway. Brooks Durding, Carter Casey. Caution, flag is out. The race that nobody wants to lead continues to hold form. Take a look at the Hodgson Raceware instant replay. Durding got it up into the outside retaining wall, makes contact with Casey. Both cars hard into the inside retaining wall. Pretty big hit for both of those machines. That puts us under the 6th caution flag of the race as we work lap number 68. Just past the halfway point here as we work lap number 69. Wendell Elliott making his way down pit road here at lap number 70. I would expect this would be 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles, 2 cans Sunoco fuel. Stopping here, as opposed to stopping at lap 56, really opens up a lot of options for the drivers because at 56, you got to get to 95 to make the end of the race. And especially if you want to be comfortable on the green-white checker situation. Stopping here at lap 70 gets you to at least lap 109, which puts you all the way out to a minimum of lap 148, which, based on the number of caution flags that we've had here, fuel will not be the big consideration for these drivers as they continue to work their way around. Let's do this. As we Work under the caution flag here. Let's get a couple of quick thank yous into some of our presenting sponsors here on the National Racing Network, including Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. They're your one-stop shop for the best in floor coating and treatments. Everything from epoxy floor coatings to custom designs and your own artwork in the finished product. Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey has you covered. Find them on Facebook at Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Hot Shoe Racewear is your source for the best in screen printing, embroidery, and sublimation. Whether it's racewear, workwear, or streetwear, Hot Shoe Racewear has everything you need to be looking your best. Find out more online at hotshoeracewear.com and make sure you tell them that NRN sent you. Also, the McConey Setup Shop is your home for iRacing setups and the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports, fielding the number 46 and 90 in the Coca-Cola iRacing series of Jimmy Mullis and Zach Novak. With everything from the Legends to the Cup cars, they've got you covered. Dirt setups for late models, modifieds, midgets, and wing sprints are available as well. Head on over to McConeySetupShop.com today. You can't beat the best, so don't settle for the rest. So pick up your new race leader, Rob Pendleton, up 4 spots from the drop of the green flag. Scott Williams, who will restart to his outside. One of the Performance Sim Sport entries there in the 00. He's going to line up on the outside of row number 1 here for the restart. Cody Henderson up 16 spots in that Nebraska University number 710. Ashley Ellison Jr. in the Krispy Kreme Donut Machine, the number 69. He will be outside of row number 2. Row 3 will have the sim seats, number 23 of Mark McCurdy to his outside. The HendrickCars.com, number 44 of Timothy Pendergrass. Row number 4, Rick Spencer Walt and Tom Schuett. Anthony Probst, Alan Martin in row 5 here for the restart as we get ready to go back to green flag racing, working lap number 72. Eight laps shy of the end of stage number 2, and as a reminder, race fans, this will be a green flag stage ending. No caution flag will fly automatically on lap number 80. Pace cars in, green flags back in the air. We're underway. Oh, man, they're just about ready to wad them up towards the back of the pack here. Battle for the race lead's going to be a good one off of turn number 2. Pendleton holds on to the spot, slides up the racetrack to take the air off the front of the 00 with Scott Williams. Williams now going to look inside. Once again, Pendleton cuts the line off just a little bit. Williams going to stay right on that rear spoiler of the 31. Ashley Ellison going to be battling with Mark McCurdy and Cody Henderson. They're going to have Tom Schuett right there with them as well. Five-car battle, all for position number 3. Here comes the 23 of Mark McCurdy to the inside. Trying to get inside of Schuett, but he's just not quite close enough to get the job done. Ellison all over the back bumper of Henderson as they come off a 2. Rick Spencer Walt looks up towards the back bumper of Tom Schuett off of turn 4 down through the quad oval on the front straightaway now. Prior to the 1997 repave, that was the old back straightaway at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This would have been turns 3 and 4.
One of the most historic races in NASCAR history coming to an end right about here on the racetrack. That 1992 Cup Series finale saw the crowning of Alan Kulwicki as the series lasts. Oh, big hit into the outside wall. That's going to be the 69 of Ashley Ellison. Caution flag back out on the racetrack once again as we work lap 77. Well, 77 just going on the scoreboard anyway. Oh, and then even a little bit more ARCA brakes coming in towards the back of the pack there as well. Take a look what happened here to Ashley Ellison. Get you the Hot Shoe Racewear Instant Replay. Actually happening right about as the incident was happening here. Let's see if we can't go back a little bit further. Ellison got some help into the outside wall. Big tumble going almost up and around. That was Tom Schuett in the 99 making the contact there. Tough break for Ellison. That's like we said, several cars piling in. Here comes Ashley Ellison Jr. down the pit road. Pick up your race leader here, Rob Pendleton. See if Pendleton's going to come down pit road and make the stop here. Lap number 78. Yes, he does, and not many cars are coming with him. Scott Williams, Cody Henderson staying out on the racetrack, as does Michael Coulter, Wendell Elliott, Donnell Williams as well. But stops now here on lap number 79. And again, this is just opening up that window of when you want to make your final stop. Lap number 92 will get you to the end of the race here, and we're not that far off of that, from having that be the last pit stop of the race. Cars make their way off of pit lane. 15.18 seconds for Pendleton. Rick Spencer walled at 14.65. 14.85 Mark McCurdy. 15.5 for Anthony Props. Timothy Prendergast at 14.78. That's 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles. 2 cans of Sunoco Racing fuel in all of these machines. So we're going to once again have a new race leader. We'll pick him up. Scott Williams in the 00 Performance Sim Sport entry. Really good run for the cars in second and third place right now. Show you that 710 of Cody Henderson. He's up 17 spots from where we started the race, as is third place running Michael Coulter Jr. How about Carter Casey back here in the 8th position? He was towards the front of the field and almost in a position to lead the race. Up 20 spots from the drop of the green. Just behind him, the 2 of Frederick Durstock, up 22 spots. That Rheingeist number 2. Show you who's driving what here as we work under the caution flag. Scott Williams leading the Bowtie Brigade at the front of the field. Cody Henderson, your highest running Ford Performance entry, in the 2nd position. Don't look now. He was your early race leader, and he's marching back through the field. Greg Holt, the highest running of the Toyota Supras here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Once again, I want to thank you all for tuning in here to tonight's National Racing Network production of the High Slide Racing League Cup Series event presented by Ray's Imports of Smithfield, Virginia. Also, Brother and Sister Trucking. And Alarm Technology Incorporated Security Systems. Just crossing lap number 80, Scott Williams going to pick up the 10 points for winning stage number 2. We're going to get doubled up here and ready to go back to green flag racing. Pace cars off the racetrack. Under the control now of Scott Williams. Fields down almost to the start-finish line before Williams grabs the loud pedal. We're back underway. Cody Henderson thought about trying to get to the inside. Absolutely cut the front nose off of Michael Coulter Jr. Coulter going to be right on his back bumper as they come off of 2. Little bit of a shove down the backstretch. Williams throws the block up front. Back down to the inside. He's going to bring Wendell Elliott with him. Elliott and Henderson battling for Rookie of the Race as well. This is the fight for second. Man, just what an absolute hornet's nest we have throughout the field here. But how about this? Let's. I've been talking for a while. We'll do it one more time here. Let's give you all a shot to crank it up. Wendell Elliott grabbed the race lead, and he is starting to check out a lead of over 1 second now as they come across the start-finish line. Over Michael Coulter Jr. Scott Williams now going to be fighting Rob Pendleton for the race lead. Excuse me, that's the fight for the third position. Donnell Williams making a nice move inside of Williams as well. Oh, they're going to check and wreck down the back straightaway. Several cars getting involved, including the 19 of Christian Converse. He started towards the front of the field, and that car is absolute junk at this point. Slide down and get you the cause of the caution flag here. Converse nowhere to go as the 2 gets way upside down. Another big one here on the racetrack, this time on lap number 86. Let's take a look here and get you an onboard. Go on board here with Rick Spencer Waltz, see what his view saw out the front of that machine. He got turned. Oh, man, then the second hit right at the end there. That was pretty big, and now you'll see here. How far to the right that wheel is turned just to keep the thing going in a straight line. What a tough break there. Christian Converse will be out of the race. Joining Andy Briganti, Tyler Toller, Art Greco, also Michael Atkins, Jason Miz, and Brandon Richardson out of the race. Several cars making pit stops here on lap 87. Like we said, you can't get to the end here if you stop under this caution flag, unless you come in right at the very end of it. You're only going to get to lap 126. You're going to be really, really close if you're going to try to make it to the end on this pit stop. First of the cars that stopped here is the 00 with Scott Williams. Now Michael Coulter Jr., well, he thought about coming into the pits. Brooks Durning, Tom Schuett, stopping on lap number 88. I mean, that may be the distance and the difference in this one. We know for a fact that Wendell Elliott and Michael Coulter Jr. cannot make the end of the race. They stopped on lap number 69. They're going to get to about lap 108 to 110, maybe 111, before they have to make their final pit stop. Cars that stopped on lap 78, lap 79, can make it to about 118. You're still, I don't think, close enough that you can try to stretch it with all the caution laps that we have. You'd have to be in full fuel save mode to try to make it to the end here on that tank of fuel from lap number 78. However, Scott Williams in the 87. Let's get you a look at him here. That 00 Performance Sim Sport machine stopping here on 87. He's gotten himself to 126. Little bit of help with the caution flags. May very well have a chance to make it to the end here. As we work our 8th caution flag of the race. There's Carter Casey. He had his issue a little bit ago. Took the backup car. He's up now 23 spots from the drop of the green flag and your hard charger of the race. Michael Coulter Jr. up 18. He's going to restart on the outside of the front row. Again, another of the Performance Sim Sport entries, the one of Wendell Elliott. Pace cars in off of turn number 4. Green flag's going to go back in the air. We're underway once again here in Atlanta. Battle for the race lead is going to be a good one. Rob Pendleton, Wendell Elliott. Pendleton to the inside. He's going to be the race leader on lap number 91. Easily able to clear the 4 of Elliott. The battle for 4th is going to be a pretty good one as well. That's Michael Coulter Jr., Cody Henderson. Coulter not getting a real good restart on the outside of the racetrack. The skunk tires coming back to bite him just a little bit, as Scott Williams looks inside of Wendell Elliott for second. He'll get that pass completed easily. That's the difference in tires right there, my friends. Elliott stopping on lap 69, lap 87 for Williams. What does 20 laps of tires make? A whole bunch of difference as they come off of turn number 2. Cody Henderson side by side now with Elliott. But he'll get the pass completed down the front stretch and into 1. Keep your eye on that number 1, the white machine to the inside. That's Carter Casey. Oh, one car hard into the outside wall. 2 cars wrecking down the backstretch. We'll see if it's going to bring out a caution flag. Yes, it does. Trouble for Brian Rumpf, also Garrett Velzy. One car bouncing it off the outside retaining wall. They make hard contact to the inside. Oh, and absolutely nowhere for Garrett Velzy to go. Let's go on board here. Tried to back it down, but heavy contact there for the 48 of Velzy. Velzy now one of the front runners in the NASCAR Wheel and Modified division here at Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. So at lap 95, we're now in the range where everybody can make it should they choose to pit here. I'm floored that Rob Pendleton didn't come down pit road this time, unless he doesn't think he can make it from here. With that caution flag on lap 95, Wendell Elliott, Tom Schuett, Timothy Pendergrass, Donnell Williams, Michael Coulter Jr., Brian Rumpf, all on pit road. We now have a whole collection of race cars that can absolutely make the end of this one. I guess the strategy call is we've spent so much time under yellow, maybe they think they can make it. I would be pretty shocked if Pendleton's able to get there. And again, the fuel calculation numbers that we're going off of is the information that the drivers gave us pre-race. Maybe not going to be the most accurate information. They don't want to spill, state secrets or anything here. So we always add a little bit to what the calculation is. It's still going to be very, very tight. And now the problem is if you're, Pendleton, you stopped on 78, 87 for Williams, Henderson, Casey, Lockard. I mean, that number 10 machine spent a ton of time on pit road over the course of this race tonight. That number 10 Lockard Tide Ride, saving the fast repair for when it would be most useful. The car is still banged up. You can see the whole left rear corners caved in. Not going to be very good aerodynamically. The front of that machine pretty beat up as well. But currently running in the 5th position. But the issue is you have Wendell Elliott, Michael Coulter. They're on tires now from lap 95. I mean, once again, you're back into this 20-lap difference on tires. Is track position going to be enough to make it stick to the end here? Because it very well could be. We're only working lap 97, and the lights are still on the iRacing safety car. Here, the 9th caution flag of tonight's season opener for the High Slide Cup Series. Presented all season long by Ray's Import. Also, Brother and Sister Trucking, helping to step up and pay the bills this year. If you want to get on board, you can shoot us a message. We can put you in touch with the guys and ladies over here at the High Slide Cup Series. Also, Alarm Technology Security Systems. Thank you very much for your support of the High Slide Cup Series. We'll give him a shout out. It's on the side of the race car. Check out Rob Pendleton Racing on Facebook. The field is definitely being thinned here. Down to 14 cars on the lead lap. Pendleton, Williams, Henderson, Casey, Locker, the top 5. Martin, Props, McCurdy, Elliott, Coulter, the top 10. Schuett, Pendergrass, Gibbs, Williams, and Hodgson, the top 15. Peter Hodgson, the first car, 1 lap down. Ashley Ellison in the 69 runs 16th, 1 lap down, 2 laps down. Nathan Aldrich and Caleb Clenard, also Brian Rumpf. Fields off at turn number 4. Green flag back in the air. We're underway once again. Pendleton gets the good restart. He'll be your race leader, Cody Henderson. Scott Williams going to battle side by side into 1. Not much of a fight there. Henderson able to claim the position easily, and he's going to go right to work on Rob Pendleton. This is oldest tires versus middle tires in the battle here. Michael Coulter Jr. already up to the 7th position. He's the first car running that stopped on lap number 95. In fact, now up to the 6th position. Big moment there down the back straightaway. One of the Performance Sim Sport machines. Pendleton to the inside, Henderson to the outside, off of turn number 4. Henderson's going to have the momentum. He'll have the race lead at the line as they put 101 on the scoreboard. We'll give you the last lap. Everybody pitted here on the timing tower so you can see how they're moving through the field. Man, this now 4-car battle for the race lead getting intense off of turn number 4. Pendleton looks back to the inside. Henderson slams the door. Pendleton throws it right back as they go through the dog leg. Pendleton's going to slide up the racetrack right in front of Carter Casey. Scott Williams, he got way to the inside. He saw the wreck come and wanted out of the way of it. Cody Henderson, your race leader. Carter Casey, Rob Pendleton going to continue the fight for second. Michael Coulter and Scott Williams both right there as well. Coulter is absolutely on a tear here. We talked about making that 3rd lane work. Keep your eye on that number 1. He's starting to head up there. Still a lot of time left in this race. Don't necessarily need to be that aggressive just yet. Try to save the tires as much as you can. Coming up on the lap car at Garrett Velzy. Velzy holds it way to the outside, staying out of everybody's way. Now he ducks it down to the inside. Gets it down to the apron as this battle for the 3rd position continues. Oh, Williams almost got into Casey just a little bit. Through 3 and 4. That's going to put Williams into the battle with Coulter. Now Coulter looks to the inside. He's going to have the best rubber of the bunch. $105 on the board. Can anybody make the end on fuel here amongst the top 4? Because the longer this run goes, the less of an advantage the new tires become. In addition to the wear, you also have the heat cycling that's gone on. with the start and stop nature of how this race has been. Oh, man, Scott Williams has to take evasive action coming around the lap traffic. That's going to open the door for Coulter. He's going to look to the outside. Wendell Elliott's right there as well. Elliott stays tucked in on the back bumper of Williams. Now he's going to slide out of line. Scott Williams falling back just a little bit. Maybe the end of the road for those tires. Cody Henderson with the big move to the front of the field. He's going to be your race leader. But now this is a 5-car battle for second. Carter Casey has it. Here comes Coulter to the outside. Casey slides up the racetrack, takes away the momentum, gets the air off that front splitter. NASCAR, they call it a splitter. That thing's really a wing. It acts and operates just like a front wing would on an open wheel car. Carter Casey able to hold on to the second position. Oh, man, big wiggle. He may have a flat tire here. He's going to get way slow. How did they not wad up a bunch of race cars? What a save by Carter Casey. But that car is definitely slow down the front straightaway. So now the battle for second is going to be between Wendell Elliott and Michael Coulter Jr. Elliott inside, Coulter to the outside. Elliott able to hold on to the spot. Best thing these two can do is get in line, conserve the tires a little bit, and chase down Cody Henderson, because the lead's 1.5 seconds for Henderson. Henderson catching up to a little bit of lap traffic. Scott Williams still battling here with Michael Coulter Jr. This is the battle for third. We're going to be down to 20 laps to go this next time by the start-finish line. They'll come around the 16 of Jeremy Gibbs, put that car a lap down. Now only 13 race cars left on the lead lap as we head into the home stretch here at Atlanta. The Alarm Technology Security Systems, 20 to go. Race leader Cody Henderson is hearing the Jaws theme in his head. Wendell Elliott rapidly closing down. Show you the lap time differences between these two cars. Anywhere from 0.06 to a half second, Elliott is gaining per lap. Couple of rookies at the front of the field. Not acting like it today, though. Surviving the carnage early on and throughout the race. Henderson and Elliott will do battle over the final couple handfuls of laps. Elliott closing in now. Only, you're not measuring in tenths. We're measuring in car lengths, feet, and inches. As they come off of turn number 2, and they're going to hit lap traffic in the next couple of laps as well. Henderson tries to block off the inside lane. Elliott stays right on the rear spoiler. He doesn't need to make the move just yet. Lot of time left in this one. It'll be 15 to go next time by the start-finish line. Henderson slides up the racetrack. That's all the gap that Wendell Elliott needed. He'll get the pass completed. Henderson right there, though. He tried to give him the bumper, but that number 4 machine is just too quick off the corner. Still within a car length of each other. We know Elliott can make it the distance here. I would think Henderson is going to be able to make it as well. Looking through the tire allocations here. Oh, man, big hit. Oh, what a tough break for Cody Henderson. He's going to be down to the inside. Lap traffic makes contact with the outside wall. Oh, that is an absolute heartbreak for Cody Henderson. Show you what happened here once again on the Hot Shoe Raceware Instant Replay. Lap traffic bounced off the outside retaining wall. And that 710 machine is junk on the right-hand side. So now as we work lap number 117, in fact, about to put lap number 118 on the scoreboard. This will be the 10th caution flag of the race. And we were just about to mention it here. Who has tires remaining on pit road? Michael Coulter Jr. does not, and he will stay out on the racetrack. Unfortunately for Coulter, everybody else on the lead lap is going to come in and make their final pit stop and take their final sets of Goodyear Racing Eagles. At the very least, it'll be left side tires only, but that's kind of a bare minimum deal. Elliott, 4 tires. He's going to be down and away 14.88 seconds. Like you mentioned, for those 4 Goodyear Racing Eagles, 2 cans of Sunoco fuel. And your new race leader at the front of the field, the number 1, a Michael Coulter Jr. Yeah, see the comment from Jackie Henderson. That was ridiculous. Yeah, I would kind of agree with that. Lap traffic trying to stay out of the way. Unfortunately, put it up into the outside safer barrier and pinballed back into Cody Henderson. Running in the second position for the restart will be Wendell Elliott. And Coulter has, well, he has enough fuel, and we'll see if he has enough tires to hold on where he may finish here. But going to be a lot of good race cars with fresh Goodyear Eagles. Let's take a look here. As we run under the caution flag, let's see if we can get Wendell Elliott up here in the booth with us. Wendell, Chris Graham in the NRN booth. You have a copy on us.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, bud. What's the plan here? You're going to have fresher rubber. Is this all attack now once we go green?
All attack.
All right, brother. Well, good luck here. Field's getting doubled up here.
Thank you, sir. Maybe we bring it home for the win.
Getting the quick word in here with Wendell Elliott. He's going to try to bring it home for the win. Coulter inside, Elliott outside. Does Scott Williams or Rob Pendleton have anything to say about this? They're going to restart in row number 2. Donnell Williams and Alan Martin in row 3. Anthony Props, Mark McCurdy, row 4. Row 5, Nicholas Lockard, Tom Schuett, Carter Casey, Timothy Pendergrass in row 6. Peter Hodgson, the final car on the lead lap, will be inside of row number 7 for this restart. Lap number 121. It'll be 122 when they come around to take the green flag. 10 laps remaining here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Pace cars in. Green flags back in the air. We're underway once again here at Atlanta. Big wiggle out of the tires from Coulter. Oh, and he gets up into Elliott. They bounce off the outside retaining wall. They're going to stack the whole field up going into turn number 1. And Scott Williams is going to check out long gone here at the front of the field. Caution flag is out. That all started right at the green flag. We'll pick up Michael Coulter Jr. here. Watch this car wiggle right there. The traction breaks loose. He gets Elliott into the outside fence. And everybody stacks up behind him. Wendell Elliott able to hold on to the 3rd position. I mean, he hit the outside wall pretty hard, but the car looks pretty clean to this point. But there's your race leader now, Scott Williams. And this is going to put us down to probably lap 125 or so before we come back to take the green flag, because the lights are still on the iRacing safety car. So it would be lap 125 into 126 is the soonest we will go green. So let's get these out of the way here one final time tonight. I have to say a huge thank you to the presenting sponsors of the National Racing Network, including Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. They're your one-stop shop for the best in floor coating and treatments. Everything from epoxy floor coatings to custom designs and your own artwork in the finished product. Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey has you covered. Find them on Facebook at Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Hot Shoe Racewear is your source for the best in screen printing, embroidery, and sublimation. Whether it's racewear, workwear, or streetwear, Hot Shoe Racewear will have you looking your best. Find out more online at hotshoeracewear.com and make sure you tell them that NRN sent you. The McConey Setup Shop is your home for iRacing setups and the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports, fielding the number 46 and 90 in the Coca-Cola iRacing Series of Jimmy Mullis and Zach Novak. With everything from the Legends to the Cup cars, they've got you covered. Dirt setups for late models, modifieds, midgets, and wing sprint cars are available as well. Head on over to McConeySetupShop.com today. You can't beat the best, so don't settle for the rest. working their way off of turn number 2, and the lights are still on the iRacing safety car, so we're going to go at least one more lap here. Let's slide back in the field here just a little bit. Keep your eye on this restart on that number 64 All-American Budweiser machine of Peter Hodgson. He had a set of tires left in the pits and stopped here on lap number 123. Wendell Elliott also stopping. He got the damage repair. But Hodgson has the fresh tires. It's only 5 laps, and a lot of it was under caution, but there's some fresh rubber back here in the 64 machine as well, so keep your eye on that car as we go back to green. But field's going to double up. Scott Williams, Rob Pendleton will make up the front row. Donnell Williams and Alan Martin in row number 2. Michael Coulter Jr., Mark McCurdy in row 3. Anthony Props, Timothy Pendergrass, row 4. Peter Hodgson, Carter Casey in row 5. Wendell Elliott, Tom Schuett, row 6. Nicholas Lockard going to be the final car on the lead lap, running in the 13th position. To his outside, the first car 1 lap down is Ashley Ellison. A lot of cars out of the race at this point. Everyone from 19th place, Cody Henderson, on back through 32nd place finishing Jason Miz is out of the race. So it will be 18 cars to decide it. Lights are out. We're ready to go back to green flag racing. Off of 4. Green flag goes in the air. We're underway once again, and it's a good start at the field for Williams and Pendleton. They're going to try to check out and settle this amongst themselves. 5 to go here at Atlanta. Williams grabs the lead, but here comes Pendleton looking back to the outside. No quarter will be given here. Pendleton swings it down to the inside. He's going to grab the preferred position into 3. Power move into 3. New race leader, Rob Pendleton. Williams has absolutely nothing to fight back with as Pendleton opens up a 2-car length lead as they hit into 1, but Williams going to close that gap back in just a little bit. Here comes Mark McCurdy and Donnell Williams as well. Williams and McCurdy going to battle side by side through turns 3 and 4. The race leads still about 2 car lengths. So we'll stay with the good battle here at the front. 129 on the scoreboard. Donnell Williams holding on to that high lane. Now he slides down just a little bit, covers the inside lane on McCurdy. Oh, man, big wiggle out of Scott Williams down the backstretch. What a save by Williams. Holy cow. We got to get you the replay on this one. Oh, what a save by Scott Williams. But that may have been all the gap that Rob Pendleton needs. As we're down to 2 to go, they're still beating and banging pretty hard here. Williams looks back to the inside of Williams. That's Donnell on the outside, Scott on the inside. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go here at Atlanta. The gap closing. Does anybody have the ability to get to the bumper of Rob Pendleton? It's going to be a 3-car battle for the win off at turn 2. Pendleton throws the block to the inside. Donnell Williams look to the outside. He's going to get a little bit of a push off the corner. Scott Williams makes contact. Donnell Williams goes around in 4. Checkered flag in the air. Rob Pendleton picks up the win here for the High Slide Cup Series season opener at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Scott Williams comes home in the second position. And how about the run we told you to keep an eye on him? Peter Hodgson comes home third. Hard charger of the race up 30 positions from the drop of the green flag. Oh, what a race. Abject insanity late in this one. We'll get the results up here for you in just a moment. Rob Pendleton getting the win by 0.7 of a second, just about anyway, over Scott Williams. Peter Hodgson third, Alan Martin fourth, Mark McCurdy fifth. Wendell Elliott recovers to finish in the sixth position. Carter Casey, good run for that car to seventh. Nicholas Lockard, Timothy Pendergrass, and Tom Schuett complete your top 10. And we will get our top three here into the interview room. We'll start things off here with our race winner tonight, Rob Pendleton. Rob, it was an interesting race from beginning to end. There was a lot of cautions. There were a lot of incidents. How were you able to survive that battle of attrition and stay close to the front of the field when it mattered?
Got a brake pedal. You got to lift. You let them guys go and destroy themselves.
Yeah, that's basically it. Lay off the ARCA brakes and make sure you're there, when the money's going to be handed out here. And all in all, it was really a good night for the G&G team. You guys bring home the top two positions.
Yeah, we had a good team. We've always had a good team, but yeah, the race was good. Of course, when you're going to race clean by your teammates and stuff like that. But a lot of guys got taken out early. It was a bad night for a lot of good guys, but good night for us.
Yeah, and it's got to be a big confidence boost as you head into the season here now, knowing that not only do you guys have a win and you're showing signs of speed, but some of the other contenders that were really quick early on did not have very good points nights.
No, like I said, you could get the first race and then everybody wants to go, and that's kind of what happened. I unfortunately I got to watch one of them closer than I wanted to be.
Yeah, we hear you on that one. So, well, hey, it's a heck of a run tonight. Congratulations on your win to open up the High Slide Cup Series season. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank all my viewers who've been watching me for the last year. It's been awesome over at Rob Pendleton Racing on Facebook and YouTube and Unpainted X on Twitch. You guys give us a like, and we do this a lot, and I appreciate everybody watching, and thanks to the team, and thanks to all you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Rob. Well, congratulations once again. Let's pick up our runner-up finisher here, Scott Williams. Scott, you had a heck of a battle coming up here very late in the race with Donnell Williams. Talk us through what you saw coming into 3 and 4 and what led into the contact.
Yeah, we come through 3 and 4. I got a good run on him. The previous laps, when I stabbed the gas, the car had been cutting to the bottom. This time, it didn't cut to the bottom. I owe Donnell a big apology because by any means, I didn't mean to turn him for that. It didn't do what I expected the car was going to do. I thought I had a big enough run. I thought it would rotate more, and it just got tight.
Is that one of the things that you're fighting in these cars, especially as you get you get lap after lap on these tires? It seems like the fall off. They cliff is what it feels like. Was that some of what was going on there late?
Yes, you start off the first couple of laps on fresh tires, and it is loose at certain points if you try to run the bottom. Donnell I didn't have anywhere to go to the high side, so I had to run to the bottom, and I was, to be honest with you, it was probably my fault because I was expecting to lose, so I was probably holding the wheel that way a little bit, waiting for the loose, and I got into his quarter panel. Like I say, I really didn't mean to do it.
Well, it's a heck of a points night. It was a great night for the G&G team. We just talked about that with Rob, and you guys look very, very strong now contending as we head into this season.
Yeah, we all had a good run tonight. We had other cars that were up there. They just got taken out in things, but Performance Sim Sports team, we had a good run tonight. I just wish more of us could have got through it and got through the melees and all, but good run for us.
Yeah, well, it was a heck of a run. You gained 11 spots to finish second place tonight. Who would you like to thank?
First off, thank Garrett on for putting this on with the High Slide League, and y'all come on tonight with the National Racing Network to put on a good show for us, and we appreciate y'all coming on board. Thank you for that, and just all my teammates, all the hard work we put in, and I guess that'd probably be it.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Let's pick up now our third place finisher and far and away hard charger of the night, Mr. Peter Hodgson. And I'll start this way. It seemed like everybody was wrecked at some point tonight. How in the world did you gain 30 spots to finish on the podium?
I was wrecked actually the entire race. I got caught up in that first one, and I saved my fast repair the entire time. They kept wrecking, and I actually just repaired a minute and 30 damage, and I actually kept hitting the wall. And it would be another 30 seconds of damage, but right there at the very end, when me and Rob were talking about it, I got my wave around. There was another caution, and then I was able to take tires and get my there's only one fast repair, so I was able to get that fast repair and pull it off.
That was it. We called it right before the restart to keep your eye on the 64 because we thought you had a set of tires left. It wasn't that great of a gap between your tires and everybody else's. It was only 10 laps or so. Do they really make that much of a difference?
Yeah, I felt like they did. Anything, because they had, I was talking to Rob about that again. He was probably the last person to have the tires that he needed, and I couldn't quite get to him. I was hoping they'd wreck each other right there on the last lap, but if I had one or two, maybe I could have got them. But yeah, I feel like those tires get scrubbed off pretty good at Atlanta.
Yeah, that's the place is a cheese grater on tires, that's for sure. Here's to hoping it never gets repaved. So it was a heck of a run. You're the hard charger for the night, and it was a great points night for you as well. Who would you like to thank?
I just want to definitely thank Garrett for putting on the show. He's going to have to sort through all those wrecks. Just want to say thank you to him. Thank you for all the people that listen to your YouTube broadcast. I'll be watching it later. I'll give you a like. All my teammates and everything. But it was a fun time. It's fun when we come out here. We're definitely intense, that's for sure. But this is actually my best finish in high slide, tied with my best finish in high slide. So it feels good to come out in third.
Yeah, this league seems to have a whole lot of talent in it, which is it's going to be a fun one for us for sure. So thank you very much for chatting with us, and we'll talk to you hopefully next week.
All right, thank you very much, man. Hopefully I can be here next week too, right?
We're looking forward to it, bud. So there you go. That wraps up our coverage tonight of the first High Slide Racing Series event of the season. We'll be back with this series next Sunday night, once again at 8:15 in the evening, at least Eastern time anyway, and we'll get the schedule up on the website for you so you can check it all out. Coming up this week, we have an absolutely epic week of racing coming up here on the National Racing Network. Tomorrow night, the Silver Crown cars are going to run round number 5. I can't believe we're almost to the halfway point of season number 2 here in 2021. Tuesday night, we're back with the sprint cars. Wednesday night, you do not want to miss this. 9 p.m. Eastern, the Aero Info Vintage Indy from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 5 classes of vintage-type cars on the Speedway at the same time. The Sprint car with a top speed of about 170 miles an hour. The Lotus 49 that is a bomb on wheels and nearly uncontrollable. The 1,000 horsepower Lotus 79, the IR05 IndyCar, and the DW12 IndyCar. That is going to pay $50 to win in all 5 classes, plus it's going to count towards the season-long $2,000+ TNT Special Event Series points fund. We're looking at 60+ vintage cars on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway at the same time. It's going to be insanity. Thursday night, the Indy Pro 2000 Series returns here to the National Racing Network, and we kick that night of festivities off at 8 p.m. with a high side hustle with Burt Wojcik and Adam Rubright. Whole lot of fun stuff coming up here on the National Racing Network this week. You don't want to miss any of it. That is for sure. For everybody here at the National Racing Network, it has been a pleasure to have you hanging out with us tonight. My name is Chris Graham. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great night.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that McConey Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairground Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at McConey Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, McConey Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to McConeySetupShop.com and learn why McConey Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at McConey Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
This Independence Day weekend, kick your party off with a bang. DeWeather Center presents the first annual DeWeather Cares Charity Softball Classic, presented by the National Racing Network. The Palmerton Boobies, DeWeather Center Bluecocks, Blue Mountain I-95ers, Pocono Front Platers, Schuylkill County Crackers, Reading Nurses, Catasauqua Blue Tits, and Beltsville Lake Monsters will take the field in Emerald. Find out more on Facebook at DeWeather Center. DeWeather Center, offensively accurate. If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.